Good evening, YouTube. My name is Dan, aka aDrive, and I am the coach and owner of the St. Louis Rampardos. Now, I'm here to talk to you a little bit about Week 1 and our crushing defeat over the Detroit Steel Wings, and also bring up our Week 2 opponent and discuss my sets and my preparation for Week 2 against Shady Penguin and the New York Mankeys. Now, touching on last week, we picked up our first victory against the Detroit Steel Wings using a very, very powerful defensive core, including Mega Sableye, Chancy, Rotom, and more. Now, Volcarona, our perhaps most offensive threat, didn't even need to come into the match. Didn't even get any playtime. And Terrakion sat the bench. And we still came up with an impressive 5-0 victory over the Detroit Steel Wings. Chancy and Mega Sableye totaled to get 4 kills between the two of them, and the defensive core has proven that they can be an offensive threat as well. I want to give props to Crimson Seabat and the Detroit Steel Wings for their efforts in Week 1. I will see you in Week 4. Now, on to more pressing matters. The New York Mankeys are in town. The St. Louis Rampardos versus the New York Mankeys in Week 2. Now, a lot of people may think that myself and Shady are great pals doing the cage lock. But let me tell you, our friendship goes out the window in Week 2 of the GBA. I plan to be incredibly ruthless and take down the Mankeys' onslaught of physical attackers and defensive Pokemon without a hitch. I'm bringing an all-star team of Pokemon to take him on. If you're not familiar with the New York Mankeys, they rock an impressive lineup of offensive threats, like I mentioned, a great amount of speed, and some big defensive walls. Garchomp, Mega Scissor, Conkeldurr, Milotic, Serperior, Rotom Heat, Azelf, and more, including Galvantula. Very difficult foe to take down, but I believe that the St. Louis Rampardos are prepared for this week. Our first Pokemon that we are going to be featuring is none other than Volcarona. Now, Volcarona did not get any playtime last week, but I'm very optimistic for this week. I'm running a very unique set on our Volcarona, which includes a Choice Scarf of Volcarona featuring U-Turn, Bug Buzz, Fiery Dance, and of course, Giga Drain. Now, U-Turn will provide us the momentum we need in a very tough matchup, and Bug Buzz will actually OHKO Serperior behind a substitute. HP Rock, I fear you not. Bit risky, but I like it. Our next Pokemon we will be featuring is Mega Sableye. I'll be rocking the exact same set as I brought last week, featuring Shadow Ball, Calm Mind, Recover, and Will-O-Wisp, with a fully defensive investment. Now, I understand running the same set 2 weeks in a row is not something I want to get in the habit of, but I felt that this week, this matchup played in favor of running a physically defensive Sableye to shut down his offensive threats like Scissor and Conkeldurr. Now, our third Pokemon we're going to be bringing is Chancy. Now, we would not have our team without the big wall that is Chancy. Now, Chancy is going to be rocking a bold nature, physically defensive, and focusing its moveset around the move Counter. Now, not only can Chancy take on pretty much any hit from the Mankeys' offensive onslaught, it can fire it back at twice the damage with Counter. Our fourth Pokemon we'll be featuring this week is Nidoqueen. Now, Nidoqueen is not going to be rocking its normal Sheer Force, Life Orb, Modest, Sludge Wave set. No. We're bringing an adamant Sheer Force, Life Orb, punching Nidoqueen to punch the nonsense out of this potentially specially defensive Milotic. And more. Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, Poison Jab. I'm ready to rock. And so is Nidoqueen, firing off very impressive attacks off of a Sheer Force, Life Orb boosted attack stat. Let's not forget about our most versatile Pokemon, Mew. Now, Mew will also be rocking a Choice Scarf again this week, because I understand that the New York Mankeys have quite a bit of speed on their roster. Choice Scarf Mew is going to be featuring Ice Beam, Volt Switch, Flamethrower, and Transform. Now, I know Transform might seem a bit strange, but if I have the opportunity to transform into Mega Scissor or one of his other offensive threats, perhaps Serperior, I'll gain their stat boost if they have any, and be able to be faster than them with the Choice Scarf, not to mention copy their stats with a higher HP stat than any of the Pokemon mentioned before, because I'm running just enough speed investment to outspeed Serperior and Azelf. But I have enough HP investment to tank hits like a champion. Expect Mew to potentially do some serious work this week. And our last Pokemon that will be bringing us, hopefully, the victory, and hopefully stopping the offensive threats of the New York Mankeys, is none other than Rotom Wash. Now, I'm going to be honest here. Slurpuff had the start and was scratched for Rotom Wash last minute. But I am confident in the fact that Rotom Wash can deliver like it did last week, shutting down the Detroit Steel Wings for Alligator without any issues at all. We're going to be rocking Volt Switch, Pain Split, Hydro Pump, and Will-O-Wisp to shut down the offensive threats that the New York Mankeys have. Now, I believe my lineup is prepared, properly so, to take on the offensive onslaught that is the New York Mankeys. I fully expect Mega Scissor to enter the field. Conkeldurr. Probably a Zelf as well. He needs something to take down Mega Sableye. A Zelf is his pick. I also expect to see Rotom Heat. And I also will see Superior. My low tick might round out his order, but that means he leaves out Garchomp. So Shady Penguin and the New York Yankees have quite a few difficult decisions to make this week. But I'm hoping, and I'm confident in the fact that regardless of his decisions, regardless of the lineup he brings, the St. Louis Rampardos can come out on top and victorious. Now, of course, out of courtesy, I wish you the best of luck, Mr. Shady Penguin, in our Week 2 matchup. But as my division rival, it is my job to take you down. This has been your boy aDrive, the St. Louis Rampardos coach and owner. I will see you guys on Sunday. Peace.